girls, boys, folks. Is this it?
We're L-I-V-E.
Nope. Okay. So here we are in the, may have a little bit of an echo, but we're in the Pawhuska Guide Playhouse down here. This is kind of part of the historic Whiting Hotel. This is our lobby, kind of entertainment space. This is where we kind of like to host our guests and kind of give them some interesting pieces of history. So we're going to be down here in the theater because it's a rainy day.
Yep.
How many inches did you say Bartlesville got?
5 inches.
5
inches. That's a lot of rain.
How much did we get?
Oh, close to 3.5.
Plenty.
Yeah,
Enough
plenty
to
enough to
fill them
lake
gutters
up.
and show you where your
Guarantee
house is
the
leaking.
spillways are running over out there at Blue Stem. Y'all be careful out there. That water's moving fast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Blue Stem.
That water will bite you in a minute. I guarantee.
That's right. But it's a really popular place right around here in Pawhuska right now.
Oh,
We have actual waterfalls here in around Pawhuska over there at Blue Stem Falls. So if you do go out there right now, we just got 3 inches of rain. So be careful because this stuff's going to be in rapids. It's going to be flowing. But we're here in the Pawhuska Guide Playhouse, and you hear that beautiful music playing. Oh, it is so fine. I saw our son Xander Trotter over here playing the piano. He's going to be doing a little music to kind of give us a little theme music to go with it, if you will. And Zarash,
very relaxing.
It's pretty nice.
Got me relaxed.
We're going to try not to fall asleep while we're telling our stories tonight.
He's out loud.
But we got Zara over here, and she's going to be doing a little music too. And then Mama Q over here, she's here. Just showed up from work. Thank you for all your diligent work, honey, at the hospital or at the clinic, where she's a nurse practitioner taking care of some good folks over there in Bartlesville. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, boy.
Glad to see you, babe. So we're going to do another little evening here with What's Up, Doc. Tonight's going to be with the Trotters. Yeah, it's all of us. So we're going to.
You gotta watch these Trotters.
You got to watch it. You got to watch it. So we're going to have some fun, kind of just John tonight. We're going to kind of finish up with maybe a little ghost story, a little fun piece there. So tonight we're going to start off. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of Pawhuska. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to talk a little bit, and then Dale's going to kind of, or not Dale, I'm sorry, Dale, his son, Doc, is going to fill in with a little bit of relevant information. So we got some photos here. You might grab those pages right there.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Go ahead and grab all of that whole stack. Perfect. All right. So we're going to start off with a couple of neat little things here. We're going to show you Pawhuska back in the 1906. So here is an image of Pawhuska in 1906 with all the glares and everything. You see it looks a lot different than it does today. The Mercantile is going to be, where are we at? Well, the Mercantile is going to be back over here, kind of outside the picture. And this is this podium setup. This is where the Triangle Building sits today. But that's 1906. And Doc here, he worked in the cities and for the city for how many years?
Oh, about 30 years, close.
About 30 years. And in that time, here in the streets, and you see kind of back here behind us is an image of Pawhuska from 1924. So you have the streets of Pawhuska in the roaring 20s and this whole bustling town, and look at all those cars. This is really very, very similar to what the streets of Pawhuska look like today, except they're all, flatbed trucks and caravans and really slick-looking Jeeps and travel wagons and all kinds of really interesting stuff here. It's just an amazing town. We've got all this amazing culture and history here that we're just we're so glad that it's here. And people are still, interested in this history, and they're coming to check it out. Yep. But we've, in doing all this stuff, things change throughout history. And I don't know if you guys know this. Doc sure does. We've talked about there are tunnels hiding underneath the streets, underneath some of these buildings, and
the old banks and things keep that money from them old outlaws. They had to get it moved.
One time we had one of the, some of the richest people in the world here, based off this one of the largest oil booms in American history. And we had just the hills were filled with desperados, the bandits, and the likes of.
It was Indian territory still.
It was.
Almost. It was just shortly after we become state, I think. But we still have a lot of crazy stuff going on, real quick right here, and it shows. And it shows in these cars that you see in these pictures. That's when the boom was on, folks. They was buying cars like crazy. Everybody, you couldn't walk downtown without hitting them doors of somebody everywhere. There's somebody. You just never did make it downtown. Grandma told me about stories that you just had to bustle like New York City down here. And you got the Triangle Building, which looks like Times Square in New York City if you ain't never looked at it right.
Yeah, straight up.
Check it out.
It looks
These
just streets
it's
are
an old building. It's older than Times Square, probably.
well, I don't know. I don't think so. But this is this history here. And it is a very similar city streets to that of like New York, Chicago, Santa Fe, or San Francisco, and that whole Triangle Building. This Art Deco. Everything was here, but there was massive amounts of money here, and all this stuff, and everything spoke to that what was going on at that time.
Sure.
So we had, but this all originated. The Osage bought this land in 1871-ish from the Cherokee, and it all started. This was Osage Reservation, and eventually, throughout the course of history, and in 1906, Pawhuska became a town. But I'm going to show you a picture here, you guys. Now, the main reason we're sitting here today is because we have an amazing woman who did something here that a lot of people in the it's just this amazing thing that she showed the world a lifestyle and just was in such an honest, genuine way, and it became this fame. You guys are going to know this is the home of the pioneer woman, guys. And I'll show you a little interesting piece here. Now, this is the home of the pioneer woman, but it's also the capital of the Osage Nation. And I always go back to that because this is the core of the Osage is here.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna show you now that the Mercantile actually started off as the Osage Mercantile. It was a general goods store, and I'm gonna show you a picture. And this is gonna be around, I believe this is around 1910, and you're gonna see the Mercantile here being built there in 1910. You see how the side windows and all this has been put in yet right here. And then you're seeing this 2-story bandstand. Now that bandstand basically sits where the Triangle Building sits today. Which is now the new Frontier Hotel. But that Triangle Building was not there until around 1912, 14, somewhere in there. And I'll show you another picture here. And it took, similar, it looks like this probably was taken from the very top of the Mercantile here. Now this is a pretty neat picture here too. So here we have another photo, which I believe is taken from the very top of the Mercantile. Now you're seeing, there's that 2-story bandstand, and this here is that weird triangle-shaped space before they built the Triangle Building. And here, if you look real close, it looks like maybe an Amish
horse buggies,
Lowe's delivery crew or something down there. They're getting the nails and boards and everything. But you're going to see, look at these buildings. Now that's where we have some of these shops like Charlie's and maybe a little further down is this way. But we have Osage Outfitters and what's now Salt Creek and a few others.
If you'll notice, right behind the courthouse, this building is gone now.
Which building?
This one right here.
There's a little.
See, you got the courthouse. Did you see this right here behind it? This is all gone.
Okay, so that
was the territorial prison, folks.
Right, right there.
That was the territorial jail here.
Right there on the back of it was this old territorial jail. This is the courthouse, guys.
The courthouse was in the front. The jail was in the back. I know about these things, but yeah, they're still there. But they took the building that was at the back of the courthouse out. It's gone. That's
right. This was business in the front and prison in the back. So anyway, this is around 1914. You see that's it, guys. That's the courthouse where the case of the century took place, where
you're right.
The FBI began here in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Really interesting history.
Yes, sir, it is.
There's a lot. We talk about these tunnels and everything. In fact, you knew there was a tunnel went from the courthouse down the hill into the back. It was the State Theater.
Yes.
Okay, it was a 3-story, had a basement.
Yep, that's all gone.
Well, that's Prairie Cottage gals. That's Beverly Moore and her.
Yes.
They got that Prairie Cottages over there. Great little spot.
That's right,
guys.
where that was.
They're so cool.
That was where that theater was there. Yes.
But they collapsed that building down into the basement, but that tunnel would have came out right there at the back of the buildings and into that, and then went underneath the streets towards the bank and Merck and.
Like the one come out of the National Bank, goes underneath to one place to another, so they can move the money without being seen or getting in trouble if somebody steal it, like me. I always look.
Yeah. Now, if you guys, we didn't know
I
that.
didn't say that, but I just make it. Them bankers better watch.
Doc plays Ned Pepper here in the streets, just kind of does some character acting stuff, and he hides out. He's got some good hidey holes.
You know how it is. Just have a good time. If I make you laugh, I did my job. That's all it's about. So.
He does a really good job with that too, by the way. So, okay, so we were talking about move gold and stuff, but they also used them to move Prohibition alcohol. So there's a thing that a lot of folks don't talk about here when we talk about and discuss these pieces of history and everything. Well, there was a huge mob element that was moved through here in the 30s, a huge mob element. Now,
It was easy.
let me go back here. We're going to go, if you've ever been to the Mercantile, right across the street from the Mercantile is her parking lot, this empty parking lot. And there's this building that goes up there next to it, and you can see where there's stories that are just gone. There's doors that go to nowhere.
The melted windows.
Melted windows, just crazy stuff. But guys,
Dunkin' burnt down.
that was the location of the Dunkin' Hotel. Now this is where that parking lot's at now. This was the Dunkin' Hotel. It was a grand Windsor class hotel. This thing had
Cattle barons, oil barons stayed here. I mean,
big
people with
money. This was famous people, infamous people would stay here in this hotel.
I ain't sure, but they probably had a tunnel from that to the National Bank right across the street. Matter of fact,
More than likely.
that manhole you see out there, it's outside the bank. If you pull that off, it'll slide this coal chute right down in the basement of that bank. I've seen it. I've been down there.
We're not advising anybody to go do
No,
anything
no,
like
I
that.
wouldn't go in there. They got it locked down. You can't open that lid. I promise you. If you do, you probably get bit by a snake or shot or something.
We
So I
don't do
wouldn't
that. So guys, this was Italian marble European fixtures. This is a phenomenal place. Now I'm going to show you something else here. This here, a little bit later, and this is, you see how they got these awnings and everything, but look at that street. This is dirt roads. And you're looking at this, guys, this is probably a Friday or Saturday here in Pawhuska. Wouldn't you agree?
I'd agree on Saturday night, more than likely. It looks like everybody in town.
But that's, if you're looking closely, they're all on horseback, and this is carriages and everything. And in this one photo, there is one single automobile in this photo. Do you see it? Can you point it out? I know you guys probably can't see it, but it's tough. Do you see it?
You know, I see it now.
You see it right there, isn't it?
Yep, I see it right there.
So if you look right here,
Look for
all
the
this stuff, this is one of those first, I don't know if this is an A or not. Somebody out there is going to know. Do you see it hiding in there? You see it?
I
Get
bet
that,
that is.
get that angle real good. It's right there. Do you see it?
Frame.
Look at
That
that.
is. It's probably the old stick drive.
And the rest of them you see are these horse-drawn carriages. Now it took a while to get your behind into town when you got 1.5 million acres here. This is Osage County, guys. This is things.
It's a large.
This is the size of Delaware. This is the largest county in Oklahoma.
Yes, it is. In the state, in the United States.
I don't know about the United States.
It's probably the biggest county in the.
Well, I have to have
country.
somebody confirm that one. I know for sure in Oklahoma.
Well, we're big.
It's the size of
I know that.
Delaware.
I've seen a lot of counties, but Osage stands out. Promise.
Oh, it darn sure does.
The Arkansas River separates us from part of Pawnee County and Kay County.
Oh, okay, that takes us back. So,
Yeah.
looking in back behind us, you see all these cars back in the 1920s. Now, believe it or not, this is 1924. And in 1924, there were 8 car dealerships in this town at one time. 8. One of them was the very first Rolls-Royce dealership
Yes,
this
they
side of the
did.
Mississippi.
Right here in Pawhuska.
Pretty amazing. Well, here, started here, but this all goes back to the beginnings of the FBI.
Yes.
This is the Boy Scouts of America started here. The first ever prima ballerinas in America. First general to make as high as first a Native American to make as high as general. He's
2 stars.
Clarence Tinker.
Clarence Tinker.
Tinker Air Force Base named after this honorable
right.
Osage.
right.
Guys, it's amazing here. But we mentioned earlier this mobsters and stuff. You know, we know the hills.
The mobsters up here, they could hide here. You know.
Well, before that, we had the Dalton gang, the James gang. And
Yes, yes.
There's great hideout areas here. This place is filled with hideouts.
With outlaw history.
That's right. Ned Pepper here could tell you all about them. But here, there's a lot of hidey holes. We're going to have to go out on the road and see if we
You'll
can
have
see.
to find some of them. That's
We need to
right.
find some.
I might even know where they might be still.
I think I know where them 7 caves are at. We're going to have to ask that. I know that was a good one.
That's one of them Dalton hides.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm gonna show you a picture here. Now this is going back to that mobster stuff. So I showed you the Dunkin' Hotel. We have evidence that people like Pretty Boy Floyd, Machine Gun Kelly, Babyface Nelson, these people were here. Now I have a really special piece here. This is an actual registration card from the Dunkin' Hotel. And I don't know if you can see, it's probably reversed to you. But if you can see on that, it actually has a stamp up at the top that says 1932. Now this is the Dunkin' Hotel from 1932. That is a Mr. and Mrs. In your perspective, it may be backwards, but that says Roy Bailey. Mr. and Mrs. Roy Bailey. Now, this is an infamous couple. Do you know who this is?
Yes, I do.
Let me know.
The infamous Bonnie and Clyde Barrow. I guarantee it, they stayed right here. That was their aliases they was hiding under.
Bonnie and Clyde. So
They were going through here to Missouri and Texas, and they would stop through here and make their way back. And they could hide here, see, and get away from all the crazy stuff in Dallas. But they would head back up to Joplin and get in more trouble or something. You know how these people are. So, yes, they stayed here in Pawhuska, Oklahoma, more than you probably think.
Yeah, and this what was interesting at Roy Bailey. Now, if you guys know, they did their robberies, went up to Kansas, Missouri, and everything, and we'd heard they maybe come through here. One of the last times that they were actually heading back into Texas, where they were eventually tracked down and put down by a retired Texas Ranger, I believe, over in Louisiana. Now, if I know my history right, and I may not, be more than kind enough to let me know when I'm wrong. But this is Roy Bailey. From what we were told, is his uncle or something of that nature, and that's kind of heading back there. So Roy Bailey this was Clyde's signature on this card, and he was stayed here in Pawhuska, Oklahoma in 1932.
That's really cool.
It's
see
really
that.
interesting.
That's very interesting. I mean, that's proof.
Well, we know
That's proof that you don't leave signatures behind. They'll find you, no matter how old it is. But now here they got these guys, and yeah, if they stayed here, it was by secret. I guarantee it. I could see the way the streets looked like back in the day. There was more cars than they got now, it looks like. You know, they didn't know what to do with them all. Just park them on the street.
that's right. Well, we got plenty of room out there. So
and if they run out of gas, they just bought another one and fill it up.
Well, and the cars changed a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
you get the 20s, the little putters and A's and T's, and then we get the 30s, we get a little bit more faster rigs and get a little bit more interesting. But so we're here at the historic Whiting Hotel. This is our little playhouse, and we just we want to welcome everybody. And boy, we've got something here that we can,
really
share
nice
some fun times and this weird,
times.
Dark time in our history, where we're trying to do some fun stuff to just kind of help us entertain and heal during these times. So we got one less. We're gonna finish up here a little bit and keep talking. I know I talked a little bit more on this one. I want to get Doc involved a little bit more, because we have other histories here. We talked about the other night about Hairy Man. I mentioned Hairy Man, and Doc went on this whole cool story about this Hairy Man.
This Hairy Man,
right?
Is right. They thought it might have been a Sasquatch, but we don't know. But it was a wild man that I was told that lived under that old bridge out there. That was the stories I was told as I was a kid. All through my childhood, all through my life, that's what I heard. I even went out there and checked the bridge out. It was there.
He's talked about seeing arms and seeing this thing walk across the road.
Who knows what it was? I don't. But I wasn't staying around to find out. I just didn't like it. I thought, well, we're going to have to shoot this way out of here. That's what we're going to have to do. And I was like, oh, God, here we go. This thing's coming at. We got to back up and leave. And we did. We just turned right around and went back to the house.
Is this the thing was like an arm came out?
Yeah.
It'd reach out and grab you out. I mean, what was it doing?
Oh, it just scary tactics. I don't know. Things went on out there that people talk about arms coming out of the bridge and running across in front of their cars and things. So you never went out there on foot, because that was probably pretty dangerous to do. But some people probably braved it. They had to get home. And the only way to get there was across that bridge. So they had to really try to be careful when they went over that old bridge. They got scared of the Hairy Man.
But this is Bigfoot, right?
Something like a Sasquatch. What I more thought it was like.
It wasn't like a troll or nothing that lived there
like
there and
a
ate
Bigfoot.
goats?
No.
Sucked their blood out like a chupacabra?
No, it wasn't a chupacabra. Chupacabra was a mangy-looking, what you might call a possum gone wrong or something. You know what I mean? You know what a possum looks like? Think of a hairless possum with a long tail weighing about 60 pounds. So that's pretty ugly. So that's something to shoot and put on the fence, like they showed. You never
mentioned possum before. I like that 10 times better than kangaroo.
Well, yeah. Well, I couldn't think of nothing better, but I know possums around here look like that thing. So.
That's great. Now, didn't you say you did what? You made tracks. You went and did something. You talked about going out and running out there and seeing something. But he said he went on foot.
You go on foot out there.
He went out on foot to go check out this Bigfoot Hairy Man thing, right?
You don't do that by yourself.
Well, speaking of which, on foot, I have here on display at the Historic Whiting Hotel and here in the Pawhuska Guide Playhouse. We have some Bigfoot items here. These artifacts. And here is a Bigfoot print that we pulled a cast personally. I pulled this cast personally up on top of this hill. This was my cast that I pulled from right on top of this hill.
Wow.
This is Bigfoot. At least my version of it. This is Bigfoot. Look at that. This is around here. He's called Hairy Man. This is our Bigfoot plaster cast. And we also have a couple other things. I don't know if you've seen these. Do you remember when the doctor was here, or not the doctor, but the dentist the other day?
Yes.
And I had these teeth that we picked up off of a traveling gypsy he had a caravan coming through town, and we picked up these teeth that we were told were Bigfoot teeth. So I'm just assuming that's a
front molar.
that's a big old tooth there. That's
My goodness.
Look at that tooth. You know, he's obviously a vegetarian. There was another one. Look at this one. Look at that. Look at that tooth. You see how wore down that thing is? That's just that's a big old tooth. Look at that thing.
Golly, yeah.
So look at that. That's a little smaller. Maybe that's one of them front teeth.
I used to have teeth, but they wasn't ever that big.
It's a big tooth, isn't it?
That is.
Do you need a tooth? We got some big teeth. I don't know. You might be able to plant those and they grow into another.
I know it sounds weird, but I still got my teeth in a cup at home. I'm gonna make a necklace out of it, and I'm gonna wear it around. But it don't seem big. This is crazy big.
So maybe that's how big feet really come into existence. So
That is.
we find somebody that doesn't have teeth,
Now, that's a real mold
and then
there
you
too.
press one into his gums, and he becomes the next Bigfoot. Oh, that would be a great little book, wouldn't it?
Hey,
Find a Bigfoot tooth and put it.
you know how these scientists are. I've been hearing things about this DNA thing. It could probably distract that and make a Bigfoot out of it. You know how they talk about that stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, these scientists got some weird ideas out there. Now you never know what's going on here with these people because they got some strange things that can get out of the lab, and like that chupacabra and things like that. You never know what's out there. Oh my goodness!
All right.
Oh.
So I'm going to show you guys this. Now this is from a dear friend of mine named Dave Tennis, who y'all are going to remember. He was a good guy. He passed this last year, and he was a magnificent man. Cavalcade knew him well. He was magnificent man. He was such a good dude. And anyway, he knew we were doing this Bigfoot thing down here, and he had met me one day at a ball game in Barnesdall, and he gave me this Bigfoot hair that he said he got off of a fence that was out here in the prairie grounds around. This here, for my friend Dave Tennis, was a Bigfoot hair. Look at that. That's the real deal, guys. Oh, looks mine. Oh, that's straight up big. Ugh.
You gonna put that back in a jar?
That's Bigfoot.
God.
Oh God. I'm sorry, dude.
Leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You might need a shot of something after that,
Hey, Xander, can you hit that fan?
Ooh, I tell you.
Oh God, I gotta get smell in my face.
Now, when you got things like that around smelling skunky and stinky, it's not probably real. You need to put that back in the
Didn't they
jar.
call them like?
God.
Isn't there something about a skunk ape or something? That's another name for Bigfoot.
Well,
that's
probably
why
they rub skunk on them to disguise themselves, to
get
keep away from that
back.
smell.
Would I even open that?
Ooh,
Jeez.
yeah, but you know how
Come on.
disguise to make them not smell so bad. They smell bad. But
Thank you, Dave. That was awesome.
That was all right.
Love you, man. Miss you. Hey, I got one last piece here before we do a little sign off. I was going to do a little sketch thing. We may kind of run a little long. We have to come back and do that.
we got to do it. Yeah.
You want to go ahead and try and do it?
You want to do that sketch thing?
Well, I tell you, let's do it different.
Let's save that one.
Let's save that one. We may do a separate little video, but I'm gonna finish out
That's
here.
gonna be good.
I'm gonna show you the last piece here of our collection. Well, we got a bunch more pieces, but some of them aren't appropriate. Well, they are all appropriate.
They're all appropriate.
But here we go. You ready? Now here's the thing. This is what we show. These kids, they come here to see this. Do we have some do we have exciting music, something that builds up some suspense there? Beethoven. Let's tell this story to Beethoven. I think it'd be perfect. What do you think? And go. All right, turn up just a little bit. Yeah, sure. Rock it. Beethoven. This is the story of what we have in our hand today. This is the artifact I am most proud of. Did you know? In my belief, Bigfoot believes in us. Do you believe in him?
I believe in Bigfoot.
He does believe in you.
I've seen things I can't explain.
I believe that Bigfoot has a digestive system very similar to that of a goat or a rabbit, which I'm afraid chupacabras like to eat. I worry about Bigfoot because I believe Bigfoot's digestive system is very similar to that of a goat. He has a ruminant system. And thus we find our most valued piece here in our world of wonders is a piece of petrified Bigfoot dung. This here, I'm not sure what that may be where parasites crawled out, we're just not sure. But this here is what we like to show folks as our petrified Bigfoot dung, and this is our story, and we're sticking to it.
I believe it.
Bigfoot poops big balls, I think, of stuff. That is,
well, he is a vegetarian, I heard.
He's vegetarian. Yeah, we never heard he ever ate anybody.
No.
Nope, never did. But guys, we really appreciate you kind of spending a little time with us. We're just kind of experimenting new ways. This rainy day.
Got the rain gear on today.
Guys, we just we love you all. Just stay safe out there. We know there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and
enjoy it and have fun with it. That's what we're doing.
Right. Just do the best you can.
Glad to be part of it. It's all right.
With what you got in front of you.
So y'all out there, just keep digging and enjoy what we're doing here, because it's a weird world we live in, and we need to make happy out there, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Us weird people are going to try to make more weirdness a little less weird for you. So, guys, thank you very much, and if you want to book a room with us, we'd love to have you anytime. Come down. We shoot the breeze down here, and you can find more information, book rooms here at historicwhiting.com. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you up on the next little episode of something. Guys, be safe out there, and take care of one another.
Take care.